What we're going to do now is we're going to talk about 5 different areas that you'll see on the real estate exam as it pertains to math. Now, these 5 areas that we're going to talk about, I hesitate even using the word math because what this really is just arithmetic. But we're going to talk about these areas. I'm going to give you formulas and a simple little examples that you might understand them better. First will be property tax. There's a formula for this. It's really easy. If you like to play poker, you can remember this with the concept of the full house. 3 of a kind, 2 of a kind. These stand for different things. You got to draw a line here, you got to draw a line here. This is the appraised value. This is the assessment rate. That gives you the assessed value, which you will multiply by the tax rate, which will give you the tax due. Okay, appraised value, assessment rate gives you assessed value, times the tax rate gives you the tax due. But what most exam writers do, devious as they are, is they never give you a straightforward problem like this. They usually start from the bottom and then work up to the top. Now there's a couple of things you got to know in order to work these well and efficiently. One of them is you must know that a mil is equal to 0.001. Now I said mil is equal to what? 0.001. This is 1 mil. So what would 40 mils be? 40 mils would be 0.040. If 1 mil is 0.001, 40 would be 0.040. Sometimes they give you the tax rate as a mil, and sometimes they give you to so many dollars per 100 or so many dollars per 1,000. But you're going to have to convert everything to mils. And a mil is 1/10 of a penny. 40 mils would be 4 cents. Okay? You got to know that. Now, with that in mind, let's work a real simple problem so you can get a handle on this. Let's say that a person paid last year taxes in the amount of $1,142.40. $1,142.40. The tax rate was 8 mils. Let's say the assessment rate was 80%. The question is, how much was the appraised value of the house? So $1,142.40, that's the tax they paid. And this is what most devious examiners are going to do, is they'll give you that number. But if you remember the full house, you can write this down if you wanted to, AAATT. You could put your lines in here and put your lines in here. Where would the taxes due go? Well, they go on the bottom. So we put that right on the bottom. And then they'll say the tax rate was 8 mils. Well, 8 mils expressed as a decimal equivalent would be 0.008. That's the tax rate. The assessed value, or they may not give you, okay? Probably what they'll do is they'll give you the assessment rate. Let's say the assessment rate was 80%. Well, as you remember, percentage sign, if it's 80%, convert that to a decimal equivalent. 1/2 goes right here, okay? And then the question is, how much was the appraised value of the house? Now, when you're going down this way, it's multiply, multiply in order to get to this. The devious exam writers gave you this, so now we got to go up this way, which is divide and what? Divide to get to the top number. So we divide the amount of taxes paid by the mill levy, and that gives us the what? Well, the assessed value, which we put in right here. The assessed value then would be $142,000 and 800. So 142.8. And then now what do you think we got to do in order to come up with the last missing number? Well, we got to divide again. We divide this, which is the assessed value, by the assessment rate, and we divide that, and we find out that this property had an appraised value of $178,500. Okay? This is the answer you're probably looking for. So, very simple problem. Remember the full house, 3 A's, 2 T's, and then what goes in there, and that will give you, if you go down, multiply if you go up, which you'll probably be going up, and that's how to work that problem.